Okay, first of all, thanks to Puan Afzan from the library for the arrangement for today's sessions. Thank you to every one of you for your time joining the session. And of course, I'm glad to conduct the sessions today to assist you, to share with you what Turnitin is all about. Okay, so my name is Mazlan, representing Access Dunia Sdn Berhad. Just for information, Access Dunia is not Turnitin, but we are the exclusive reseller for Turnitin in Malaysia. Okay, because we got the rights to represent Turnitin since October 2007. So practically we had been around for the past 15 years. Okay. For information, these sessions will be recorded and I will share the recorded sessions to Puan Afzan to forward to all of you. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do today is I go through a brief introduction what Turnitin is, and then we go to the hands-on training, a step-by-step training. Okay. And then I will show you live demo, okay, our sample account, sample submission, sample paper, how to interpret the Turnitin report, and so on. Okay, so if you have any questions throughout the session, you can stop me at any time, or feel free to drop your questions on the chat window. Okay, and I'll be happy to answer all your questions. Okay. All right. So a little bit about Turnitin. Turnitin is an educational tool that allows educators to check for the authenticity of students' work. Okay, Turnitin helps you as a lecturers to engage with your students to learn how to write a better paper and become a better writers. Okay, to promote critical thinking, and the most important thing is to ensure academic integrity. Okay, it was started on 1996 by the company called Turnitin LLC. Okay, this is US-based software, and the founder is Dr. John Berry. Okay, Turnitin is completely web-based. Okay, it works exactly just like your Facebook account. For example, in Facebook, you'll be using your personal email and password to log in. But for Turnitin, you'll be using your official email and password to log in. Okay, same thing, no CD, no software, you don't have to install anything. Okay. Right. Then it consists of two tools, okay, the originality check and the grade mark. Originality check, previously it was known as plagiarism prevention software, but as a part of Turnitin rebranding strategy, they renamed as originality check. Okay, the main reason is because of the wrong perception towards Turnitin. Okay, because last time, whenever we talk about Turnitin, people will think Turnitin detect plagiarism. Turnitin catch students cheating. In fact, this is not true. Okay, what Turnitin does is to match your students' papers against the collection of Turnitin databases. Okay, so you as a lecturer, you have to use your own judgment to judge results given by Turnitin whether there is plagiarism or not. Okay, Turnitin is only tool to guide you, and the most important thing to save your time in detecting where your students copy from. Okay, please remember, Turnitin doesn't detect any plagiarism. Okay, and then the second one is grade mark. Okay, grade mark is for online marking. So instead of using red pen to mark on hard copy, by using Turnitin, you can mark online. You can put comments. You can even put voice comment to the students' paper. Okay. All right, so this is what Turnitin will do. Okay, accept student papers. Everything has to be in e-format. Okay, for example, Microsoft Word, PDF, HTML, plain text. Okay, so students have to have their own Turnitin account as a student, and students have to submit their paper by themselves. Okay, so when the paper submitted to Turnitin, it will be matched against 3 types of databases, and then Turnitin will check and peruses what we call the originality report. Okay, so from the originality report, instructor and students can see the similarity index, okay, the percentage of the matching. Okay. Okay, this is a brief idea how it works. Okay, student's paper or even your personal paper. Okay, when submitted to Turnitin, it will be matched against a billion and billion of contents. Okay, 3 types of databases, and then Turnitin will give you the report. Okay, so this is the reports will looks like. Okay, on the left will be the student's paper text. Okay, student assignment. And then on the right are all the matching sources. Okay, so box number 1, it comes from the source number 1 and website number 1. Okay, box number 2, source number 2 and website number 2. Okay, so you can see at the box number 1 here, the whole box is highlighted into red color, but the word just a short time period in gray color. That will be the student original words. Okay, so when I click at the box itself, Turnitin will show up a side-by-side comparison. Okay, as you can see from the original website, in the space of a few minutes, but somehow these students actually change it into just a short time period. Okay, so this is how Turnitin will do the detection. Okay, I was a student before, so as a student, we attend to paraphrase, change the wording sequences, replace the word here and that, it still can be highlighted. Okay, in order for students to escape any detection from Turnitin, they have to change as much as 50% of the total words. Okay, for example, in a paragraph of 100 words, they might have to change 50 to 60 words in order for them to escape any potential detection from Turnitin. Okay, right. And then each paper will have a very unique paper ID, the author name, date of submissions, and the word count as well. Okay, and then you can see here 94% overall similarity index. Okay, it doesn't mean that 94% plagiarism. Okay, it's 94% similar to the collection of Turnitin databases. Okay, so you as a lecturer, you have to use your own judgment to judge whether all the highlighted contents are plagiarism or not. Okay, if no plagiarism, if students not plagiarize, you as a lecturer, you can exclude the sources, so that will brings down the percentage. Okay, and then instructors, students can download and print the whole report. Okay, right, so whatever that you are looking at now, we call as text only report. Okay, so in the student assignments, they might have pictures, diagrams, graph, everything will be taken out automatically because Turnitin only scan through all the text. Okay, this is the first initial report from Turnitin. But now Turnitin came out with a new interface, what we call the feedback studio. Okay, so for the feedback studio, they're showing you the original format of students' paper. Okay, if they have any pictures, diagrams, graph, everything will be shown at the original place. Okay, same thing, student assignment on the left, and then on the right, you can see different tabs with different colors. Okay, so the blue tabs is for Turnitin grade mark, Turnitin online marking, and the red tabs is for Turnitin originality check. Okay, again, instructor, students can download and print the whole report. Okay. Right. Three types of databases. The first one is a current and archive internet copy. Currently, Turnitin has 80 billion pages index, and the good thing is it's still counting. So every day, Turnitin will index a new web pages into the database. Okay. So if you find out that your students like to copy from any particular website, okay, you can let me know. Okay, we will ask Turnitin to index into the database for free. Okay, and then the archive copy. I'm sure without Turnitin, some of the lecturers must be using Google to check their students' paper. Okay, according to Google technology, they are showing you the information that hits internet 5 minutes ago. Okay, let's say students do the assignment now and maybe they submit 3 months or 6 months later, the information might not be in Google anymore. But for Turnitin, they will archive everything. Okay, even your students submit 3 years or 5 years later, it still can be highlighted. Okay, so this is to prevent the copy and paste culture among the students. Okay, right, and then the second one, students' paper submitted to Turnitin since 1996. So whatever you as a lecturer or your students submit, everything will go to the Turnitin database for future matching. Okay. And the third one, make Turnitin very special, millions of publishers' contents. Okay, all the journal articles. Okay, the cross-check is the latest partnership that Turnitin has the largest scholarly comparison databases. Okay, from STM publishers, for example, Elsevier, IEEE, Sage, Springer, Tele, and Francis Wiley. Turnitin also has the content partners with the leading aggregators, for example, like Cengage, EBSCOhost, Emerald, Pearson, ProQuest. Okay, so these are the list of publishers and aggregators. Turnitin has all their content in the database. Okay, the online content. Okay. All right. So in order for you to use Turnitin, there are 4 easy steps. Very simple. Okay, the first one-time process only. Of course, you have to create your own user profile first. Okay, so once you got your own user profile, the role of lecturer will be create class and create assignment. Okay, so once you have created a class and created an assignment, you have to provide your students with the class ID and enrollment key. That's it. Okay, so that your students can actually enroll under your class and start submit paper. Okay, so the role of instructor will be create class and create assignment. The role of students to submit paper. Okay, but in order for students to submit paper, they have to enroll under your class. Okay, so in order for them to enroll under your class, they will need the class ID and enrollment key. Okay, I will cover all the steps during the hands-on session. Okay. Okay, these are the list of our clients in Malaysia. When we start on 2007, we only have 6 customers. Okay, the first 2 is Sunway and Monash University. Okay, they have to use Turnitin because of the training program from UK. And then the other 4, the International School, Dalat Monkiara, Kuala Lumpur, and International School of Penang. Okay, so when my colleague visited them and asked them why they need Turnitin for kids, okay, 7, 8, or even 9 years old. So they told that the main intention of them use Turnitin is not to catch the students, but to groom the students from young. Okay, to educate the students from young. So when the students grow up to university level, they will know what to do. They will know how to write a paper instead just copy and paste blindly. Okay, that's their main objective. Okay. And you can use Turnitin from anywhere, anytime around the world, including through your smartphone and your tablet as well, as long as you have connection to the internet. And Turnitin does support 30 foreign languages, including Bahasa, Mandarin, Arabic. Okay, so if you have any paper in Bahasa, you can try to submit. I'm sure there will be a detection. Okay. Okay, this is a link for the guides and resources. Okay. So all the online guides and resources for the Turnitin administrator, instructor, and students, okay, I will share this link to Puan Nur Afzan to forward to all of you. Okay. And this is a link for the videos. Okay, all the tutorial videos for the Turnitin administrator, instructor, and students will be here. Okay, I will share the link to Puan Nur Afzan to forward to all of you. Okay. All right. Any questions up until now? Ada soalan? Am I going too fast?
Saya ada soalan.
Okay.
Saya nak tanya,
Mhm.
untuk yang penelitian ini, saya Fatihah, by the way.
Mhm.
Saya nak tanya, apa beza training ini dengan Authenticate?
Okay. Okay, Turnitin dia lebih kepada untuk kelas lah, kelas. Maksudnya untuk institution, Authenticate dia untuk researcher dan publisher.
So, for example, macam kita kan, I myself, okay, as a lecturer, but also a researcher kan. So, which is the best way lah macam to use. Kalau contoh researcher tu macam I myself, maksudnya untuk kita punya artikel ke, Cik?
Okay, kalau macam lecturer, okay, saya kalau macam lecturer dia ada researcher, ada juga lecturer yang dia tulis artikel sendiri untuk dipublish kan.
Exactly.
Okay, so yang tu dia ada kelebihan lah, maksudnya lecturer boleh gunakan Turnitin untuk check kita punya personal artikel. Yang tu nanti saya akan tunjukkan macam mana lah.
Okay, thank you. Itu saja.
Okay. Ada lagi soalan? Any other question? Okay, if no questions, we go to the hands-on session. Okay, so this is the training guide for instructors. Okay, there are 4 easy steps, very simple, very straightforward. So this is what we are going to cover for the hands-on session. Okay, so now we go to the internet browser. Okay, and then you go to www.turnitin.com. Okay, so we are going to do a step-by-step training. Okay. All right. So for those of you who already have Turnitin account as instructor under UMT, okay. So you just click on login button here on the top right. You click on login button, enter your email address that registered for Turnitin account under UMT, your password, and then you click login. Okay. For those of you who already have Turnitin account, but you've forgotten your password, you cannot log in, maybe you've forgotten your password. So what you can do, you can reset your password. Okay, so how to reset the password? You can scroll down and then you can see here, forgot your password. You just click on click here link. Okay, you click here and then you can see reset user password page. So you just enter your email address that is associated with Turnitin account under UMT and your last name. Okay, and then you click next. Then you have to answer the secret question here. Okay, so if you forgot your answer for the secret question, you just click forgot your answer link here. Then the system will send a link to your email to reset your password. Okay, if you can answer your secret question here, you can straight away set the new password for your Turnitin login. Okay, all right. For new users, okay, of Turnitin, for those lecturer who don't have Turnitin account as instructor under UMT, okay, maybe you are new lecturer or maybe you just joined UMT, you don't have Turnitin account as instructor. So what you can do, you can get your Turnitin account from Turnitin admin. Okay, so Turnitin admin for UMT will be Puan Nur Afzan. Okay, so what you can do, you have to provide your details, your first name, last name, and UMT email address. Okay, you provide your details, first name, last name, and email address to Puan Nur Afzan. Then Puan Nur Afzan will add you to the account as instructor under UMT. Okay, so once she added you to the account, you will receive the welcome email from Turnitin. Then you just follow the step number 1 here, which is to setting up new account. Okay, setting up new account. So if you already have Turnitin account, you don't bother the first step anymore. Okay, this is one-time process only. Okay, if you already have Turnitin account, you don't have to create account. If you cannot log in, if you've forgotten your password, just reset your password. Okay, I believe for today's sessions, most of you already have Turnitin account. So we just skip the step number 1, which is to setting up new account. But if you don't have Turnitin account, you can get your account from Puan Nur Afzan. Okay, all right. So now we just log into the account. Okay, you just click log in, enter your email address, password, and then you click log in. Okay, so once you log in, this page you will see. Okay, so you can see the institution name here, University Malaysia Terengganu UMT. Okay, and then at the top here, you can see the black bar. Okay, the black bar, you can see your name will be appear here. And then here you can see instructor. So this is instructor account. Okay, so instructor can become student and student can become instructor. So as a lecturer, please do not share your instructor account to your student. Okay, if students got instructor account, if students got access to the instructor account, they can manipulate their paper by themselves. Okay, as a lecturer, you will have Turnitin account as instructor and students will have Turnitin account as a student. Okay, I will cover the students part later on. Okay, all right. Okay, so now we go to the step number 2 here, which is to create class. Okay, so as you can see in my account here, okay, in the instructor homepage here, you can see no classes have been added to this account. To add your first class, It's either you click here link or you click on add class button. Okay, so the creation of a class on Turnitin system is the first step in allowing you as instructor and students to access and use the services available at UMT. Okay, most instructor and students activity on Turnitin occurs within the class or classes created by you as instructor. Okay, so you use the class to organize your students and student submissions into groups. Okay, a class and its assignments are fully available to the instructor between the date of the class creation and the selected expiration date. Okay, so from your instructor homepage, okay, it's either you click here link or you click on add class button. Okay, and then you can see create a new class page. Okay, the class settings, the first one, class type. When you click on the drop down menu here, you can see two types of classes. Okay, standard class and master class. Okay, master class, it doesn't mean that for your postgraduate students. Okay, master class bukan untuk master student. Master class bukan untuk PhD student. Okay, you will only need to use master class when you have a group of tutor under you or teaching assistant under you. Okay, and then at the same time, you want to have the full access to each of your tutor or teaching assistant classes. Okay, for normal submissions, we use standard class. For standard class, you will log into your own account and you will have access to your students only. Okay, you won't have access to any other people classes. Okay, right, and then next, class name. Okay, class name, that will be your subject name or subject code. Okay, for example, I put here MGM 3211 marketing management. Okay, so the class name can be anything, it's up to you. Okay, you can put your subject name, your subject code, or maybe you can put semester, you can put year, it's up to you. Okay, and then next, enrollment key. Okay, enrollment key is the key that you have to provide to the students in order for students to enroll under your class and start submit paper. Okay, for example, maybe you can put the subject code as enrollment key, MGM 3211. Okay, or you can put something simple like password, ABC123. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, so this key you have to provide to the students with the class ID. Okay, in order for students to enroll under your class. Okay, all right, and then next, subject area and the student level. Okay, so for the subject area and the student level, okay, it's compulsory for you to key in. Okay, it's compulsory for you to key in your subject area and the student's level, but it doesn't affect your classes or your assignments. Okay, this is just for Turnitin record purpose. Okay, you have to key in your subject area and the student level, but it doesn't affect your classes or assignment. Okay, this is for Turnitin record purpose only. Okay. And then next, class ended. Okay, the period of the class. Okay, by default, the setting is 6 months. Okay, if your class period longer or shorter than 6 months, you can change accordingly. Okay, by default, the setting is 6 months. Okay, if your class period longer or shorter than 6 months, you can change accordingly. Okay, so you can select the end date for the class. Okay, so once the end date has passed, the class will not be accessible for submissions unless the class is reactivated. Okay, once a class has expired, the information in the class are viewable, but no new submissions or assignments may be made. Okay, so you as instructor, you are capable of extending the expired class to reactivate it. Okay, and then you can click submit to add the class. Okay, so the class informations will be displayed in a pop-up window, okay, containing the class ID and enrollment key for confirmation. So every time when you create a new class, this window will pop up. Okay, they will tell you that you have just created the new class. For example, I created MGM 3211 Marketing Management SEM 2 2022 with the class ID and enrollment key. Okay, enrollment key is the key that you have set just now in your class settings, and the class ID is automatically generated from Turnitin system. Okay, so each of you will have a different class ID. Okay, if let's say you create multiple classes, okay, you will have different class IDs. Okay, so as instructor, you have to provide this information, class ID and enrollment key to the students in order for students to enroll under your class and start submit paper. Okay, without any of this, students cannot enroll, students cannot submit paper. Okay, all right. So you should not share your class ID and enrollment key publicly outside of UMT. Okay, because with the class ID and enrollment key, anyone at any institution will be able to join your class. Okay, so we recommend creating new classes each year, ensuring that inactive students from previous years are not counted against the student limit or causing an increasing build-up of students, which can impact the class performance. So for the class creation, new classes should be created, for example, each semester or each school year when a new group of students is in a course. Okay, and then you can click continue. Okay, so I just created the class MGM 3211 Marketing Management SEM 2 2022. Okay, with the class ID to the left of my class name. Okay, if you've forgotten your class ID, okay, you have to provide the class ID to the students. If you've forgotten the class ID, you can always refer to the left of your class name. So this is your class ID. Okay, if you've forgotten your enrollment key, okay, enrollment key also you have to provide to the students. If you've forgotten your enrollment key, or you would like to change your class end date, for example, this class has expired, you would like to reactivate the class, what you can do, you can click on edit button here, get the gear icon, so it brings you to the earlier page. You can see your enrollment key is here, and you can change your class end date. Okay, and then you can click submit. So you as instructor, you can create as many classes as you want. Okay, ada soalan? Any question? Okay, questions from Kasawani Ibrahim. Okay, salam, boleh ulang nanti nak add class tu. Terima kasih. Okay, nak add class, very simple. Just click pada add class button. Okay, click add class button and then pilih jenis kelas, standard or master. Okay, letak class name. Okay. Letak class name. Lepas tu enrollment key. Lepas tu key in subject area dan juga student level dan pilih class and date. Okay, class and date. Kemudian klik pada submit. Okay, seperti yang saya maklumkan tadi, setiap kali bila kita create class, okay, this window dia akan pop up.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, dia akan beritahu kita dah create new class, dia bagi sekali class ID dan juga enrollment key. Yang mana ini kita perlu berikan kepada pelajar untuk pelajar register, untuk pelajar enroll dalam kelas. Okay. Alright. Any other questions? Tak ada button add class. Okay. Dekat atas ni dia instructor ke student?
Pandai Mak ni. Company ni dia adalah authorized
Ini instructor tu tuan.
untuk Malaysia.
Instructor?
Ya, ya.
Oh,
Instructor.
company ni
Okay, tak apa. Nanti boleh tak screenshot? Nanti saya tolong checkkan lah.
Okey, okey, okey.
Okay.
Terima kasih.
Sama. Okay, ada lagi soalan?
I dah lama dah pakai meeting.
Any other question, ladies, gentlemen? Okay. Okay.
Cik adik nak kan?
Okay, if no questions, we just completed step number 2, which is to create class. Now we go to the step
Kalau no
number
iPad
3.
ni tak. Oh, that
Okay, now we go to the step number 3, which is to create assignment. Okay. Okay, so in order for you to create assignment, you have to click on your class name. Okay, you have to click on your class name. Okay, so for example, I would like to create an assignment in this class, marketing management. So I click on the class name here. Okay, so before you or your students can submit a paper, you first need create an assignment. Okay, at least one assignment. Okay, so what you can do, you click on add assignment button. Okay, you click on add assignment button. Okay, and then you can see new assignment page. Okay, on the left, the first one, assignment title. Okay, you can put assignment title, for example, chapter 1, thesis, research paper. Okay, if you have the name for the assignment title, you can put it here. Okay. And then next, point value. Okay, point value is meant for grade mark for turning in online marking. Okay, so for example, this assignment 1 carry 20 marks. So you can put a point value 20 without the percentage. Or this assignment 1 carry 50 marks or 100 marks. So you can put a point value 50 or 100 without the percentage. Okay, this is meant for grade mark. It's optional. You can leave it blank. Okay. And then next, okay, allow only file types that Turnitin can check for similarity, or allow any file type. Okay, so it's better for you to choose the, because we use Turnitin to check for similarity. Okay. And then next, submit papers to. When you click on the drop down menu here, you can see two options, standard paper repository and no repository. Okay. For standard paper repository, whatever you as a lecturer or your students submit paper to Turnitin, Turnitin will check for the similarity index, how many percent, and Turnitin will keep the paper into the database for future matching. Okay. No repository, whatever you or your students submit paper to Turnitin, Turnitin will check for the similarity index, how many percent, but Turnitin won't keep the paper into the database. Okay. But in future, if someone take the paper and submit to Turnitin, consider original paper, original author. Okay. Normally, for student submissions, we always recommend to the lecturers to choose standard paper repository because most of the time students like to copy from their seniors. Okay, copy senior paper, copy students paper from another institution, okay, or copy each other in the class. So this is where you can trace the students paper. Okay, students paper matching. Okay, and then as a lecturer, I believe you have your own paper, you have your own articles to publish. Okay, you have your own articles to send to the publisher. Okay, so as I mentioned, you can use Turnitin to check your own paper, your own articles. Okay, so what you can do, I recommend for instructor to use the what we call the quick submit tab. Okay, quick submit tab. For quick submit tab, you don't have to create class, you don't have to create assignment to submit paper. Okay, for the quick submit tab, you just choose the types of the databases. Okay, 3 types of databases, and then setting for submit papers to, you choose no repository. Okay, setting for submit papers to, you choose no repository, and then you can check your own paper as many times as you want, your own articles as many times as you want before you submit to the publisher. Please bear in mind. Okay, yeah, as mentioned, publishers, most of the publishers, they are using another tools, okay, called Authenticate. Okay, Authenticate is actually the sister company of Turnitin. Okay, so Turnitin and Authenticate, they are sharing the same database. Okay, so if you send your articles to the publisher, Okay, publisher will check your paper through item ticket, okay, to check for the similarity. Okay, all right. I will show you how to check your paper through quick submit tab later. Okay, all right. Any questions on this part? Ada soalan? Okay, standard paper ni bila kita submit, Turnitin akan bagi similarity report dan Turnitin akan simpan paper dalam database. No repository, Turnitin bila kita submit paper kepada Turnitin, Turnitin akan provide similarity report tetapi Turnitin takkan simpan dalam database. Okay. Alright, and then on the right, start date and due date, by default, the setting is 1 week, basically 7 days. Okay, so the assignment period. Okay, by default, the setting is 1 week. So if your assignment period longer or shorter than 1 week, you can change accordingly. Okay, by default, the setting is 1 week. Okay, and this will be the time based on the local time. Okay. Okay, and then next, post date. Okay, post date is meant for grade mark, for Turnitin online marking. Okay, post date is the date for you to post the marks for students to view if you are using the Turnitin grade mark. Okay, if for example, maybe you take 2 weeks or a month to mark your students' paper. Okay, and then you are using Turnitin grade mark to mark your students' paper. So you can extend the post date another 2 weeks or a month from the due date of assignment. Okay, so once the assignment is due, you can start marking the students' paper, give comments, give marks to the students. On the post date, your students will be able to see the marks and all the comments given to the students' paper. Okay, on the post date. Okay. Okay, kalau tersalah letak standard repository untuk draft journal, macam mana nak remove yang tersalah. Okay, cara untuk remove paper nanti saya akan tunjukkan lah. Okay, during our live demo. Okay, okay, don't click submit first. You click on optional setting. Okay, ini adalah assignment setting. Okay, assignment setting ni sangat penting. Okay, okay, the first one, enter special instructions. Okay, so you can leave it blank if you don't have any instruction. Okay, if you have, for example, please write between 100 to 200 words for this essay. Please submit before due date. You can put it here. Okay, if you don't have any instruction, you can leave it blank. Okay. Okay, and then next, allow submissions after the due date. Okay, by default, the setting is no. Okay, if you choose no, after the due date of assignment, students cannot submit any paper to Turnitin. Okay, if you choose yes, after the due date of assignment, students still can submit paper to Turnitin, but Turnitin will highlight the submissions date with the red color. Okay. Next, similarity report. Generate similarity reports for submissions. By default, the setting is yes. If you choose no, once you or your students submit paper to Turnitin, no report will be generated. So no point of using Turnitin without the report. Okay. Next, generate similarity reports for student submission. Okay, when you click on the drop-down menu here, you can see 3 options. Okay, first option, immediately first report is final. If you choose this option, meaning that your students can submit paper to Turnitin one time only. Okay, pelajar boleh submit paper sekali sahaja. Okay, students cannot redo, students cannot resubmit. Okay, and then the paper that your students submit to Turnitin will be straight away captured into the database, which is on due date. Okay, so student boleh submit sekali sahaja. Bila assignment dah due, Turnitin akan capture dalam pengkalan data. Okay, excuse me. Okay, sorry. Okay, all right. And then the second option, okay, immediately can override reports until due date. Okay, so before the due date of assignment, okay, students can submit as many paper as possible. Okay, for example, they submit the first paper, students got 50% similarity index. And then students would like to redo and resubmit again. Okay, so or you as a lecturer, okay, you can monitor the students report from your instructor account. Okay, so you can log into the instructor account and you can monitor the students report. Okay, you can monitor and then you can see, oh, these students David got 50% similarity index. Okay, and then you can engage with your students. Okay, you can call students and you can guide students. Hello students, hello David, please see your Turnitin report. The similarity index is quite high. Please redo, do something, refresh or so whatsoever. Okay, so students can actually redo and resubmit again. Okay, so the second submissions will override the first submission. Okay, the latest paper that your students submit to Turnitin will override the previous submission. Okay, only the final copy of submissions will be captured into the database which is on due date. Okay, so before the due date of assignments, all the paper, all the submissions that your students submit to Turnitin will not be captured into the database yet. Okay, only the final copy will be captured which is on due date. So maksudnya, bila pelajar submit paper kepada Turnitin, Turnitin akan generate report. Okay, kemudian sekiranya pelajar dia redo dan resubmit balik, okay, dia resubmit, Turnitin akan override dengan paper yang dia submit the previous submission and Turnitin akan generate new report. Okay, again and again and again until due date. Okay, so maksudnya katakan student buat resubmission sebanyak 10 kali. Okay, so Turnitin tak akan capture semua paper yang ada. Okay, Turnitin hanya akan capture final copy yang student submit bila assignment dah due. Okay, and then third option on due date. So before the due date of assignment, students can submit as many paper as possible, but only one report will be generated which is on due date. Okay, untuk option ketiga, Turnitin hanya akan generate satu report sahaja. Okay, pelajar masih boleh submit seberapa banyak paper pelajar nak submit, tetapi Turnitin hanya generate satu report sahaja bila assignment dah due. Okay, any question on this part? Ada soalan? Okay, okay, next, exclude bibliographic materials. Okay, yes or no? Okay, all the appendix, the list of the references, nilai rujukan, okay, you can exclude from the similarity index. And then exclude quoted materials, yes or no? The open and close inverted commas, the quotation marks. Okay, for this part, please bear in mind because some students are very smart. Okay, one of the way how students manipulate the submission, okay, students will use the hidden quotation marks. Okay, for example, in the assignment, first paragraph, students will put hidden open inverted commas. Last paragraph, students will put hidden close inverted commas. Okay, hidden quotation marks. If you choose yes, exclude quoted materials, then it cannot detect for similarity. Okay, please bear in mind. And then next, exclude small sources. If you choose yes, you can set source exclusion either by word count or by percentage. Okay, for example, I choose by percentage, I put here 5%. Okay, so in the report given by Turnitin, they will show you the matching of 5% and above only. Okay, less than 5% match, like 1%, 2%, 3%, 4% match. Turnitin won't show it to you. Turnitin won't calculate the similarity index. Okay, same thing goes to by word count. For example, I put here 10 words. So in the report given by Turnitin, they will show you the matching of 10 words and above only. Okay, more than 10 words. Less than 10 words match, Turnitin won't highlight to you. Turnitin won't calculate the similarity index. Okay, but for me, I prefer to see everything. Even 1% match I want to see, I choose no. Okay, it's up to you, whichever that you prefer. Okay, actually for these three parts, the bibliographic materials, the quoted materials, and the small sources, you can choose no first on the main assignment settings here, because in the student's individual report, you can change it into yes. Okay, I will show you our sample report after this. Okay, all right, any questions? Ada soalan? Okay, next. Allow students to see similarity reports. By default, the setting is no. Okay, if you choose no, once your students submit the paper to Turnitin, they cannot see the report. They cannot see how many percent the similarity index. Okay, because they don't have access to the report. Okay, if you choose yes, once your students submit the paper to Turnitin, they can see the report. They can see how many percent the similarity index. Okay, so if you choose the second option here, if you allow students to do resubmission, okay, you have to allow students to see the report. So easy for you. Okay, right, next, enable translated matching. Okay, this one, if students manipulate the submissions by doing the translation. Okay, for example, student assignment contents in language A. Okay, student translated to language B and submit to Turnitin. Turnitin still can detect similarity for the translation. Okay, if your students do the translation and submit to Turnitin, Turnitin still can detect similarity for the translation. Okay, when you click here, you can see the list of the languages that support for the translated matching. Okay, you can see Arabic, Chinese, Japanese, French, German. Okay, so if your students manipulate by doing the translation, then still can detect similarity. Okay, right, next. Okay, exclude assignment template. Okay, so for this part, this is the new feature that Turnitin launched this year on February. Okay, exclude assignment template. Normally, students are provided with templates which are submitted alongside their assignment. Okay, so if all students within the class submit the same template, it will influence their similarity report. Okay, for example, templates can be the format, maybe the cover page of assignments or the acknowledgement, sometimes the plagiarism declaration. Okay, so templates can be uploaded to the assignment settings so that they can be automatically excluded from all students' similarity report in that class. Okay, so for the template, if you have the file for the template, the uploaded file, you can upload the template or you can create custom template. Okay, once a submission has been made to the assignment, templates can no longer be added or edited. Okay, so for the templates requirements, okay, you can see here for the uploaded file, the file must be less than 100 megabyte. Okay, and the accepted file types for upload, okay, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, HTML, as long as it is editable documents. Okay, and the templates must have at least 20 words of text. Okay, must have more than 20 words of text. Okay, so this is my example for my assignment template. Okay, upload this as template. Okay, so for my assignment template, I will upload the cover page of assignment. Okay, which contains the institution name, the faculty name, the subject name, student name, metric number, lecturer name, as well as the plagiarism declaration. Okay, so if I upload this as assignment template, okay, and all my students using the same template, okay, all my students need to attach the plagiarism declaration, Turnitin won't calculate this as similarity. Okay, all right, so if you have the uploaded file, you can upload. or you can create custom template. So this is the new feature that Turnitin launched this year on February. Okay. All right. Any questions for this part? Ada soalan? Okay, next, search option. Okay, student paper, internet contents, and publishers content. Okay, it's good for you to check on everything. Okay, 3 types of databases: students paper, internet contents, and publisher content. And the next rubric, this is for turning in grade mark. Okay, I will cover the grade mark sessions later on. Okay, and the next, grammar checking. Turn in grammar checking using e-rater technology. Okay, so if you would like to use the grammar checking, you can choose yes to enable the grammar checking, and then you can select the handbook. Okay, the highest will be the advanced level. Okay, you can select the dictionary, US, UK, or both dictionaries, and you can check for the categories. Okay, spelling, grammar, usage, mechanics, and style. Okay, so this is turning in grammar checking using e-rater technology. Okay, and then the last one. Okay, would you like to save these options as your default for future assignments? If you check on this, if you tick on this, your next assignment, your following assignments creation, you don't have to go through all the settings because this will become your default setting. Okay, everything will become your default setting and you can edit your setting except the assignment template. Okay, exclude assignment template. Okay, so the setting will not save the template exclusion setting for any following assignments. Okay, so meaning that every time when you create new assignment, if you have the assignment template, you have to upload. Okay, but the rest will become your default setting if you check on this, but the setting is editable. Okay, and then you can click submit. Okay, so I just created the class MGM3211 Marketing Management SEM2 2022. Okay, I created one assignment in this class, assignment 1, with the start date, due date, and post date. Okay, if you would like to edit your settings, assignment settings, what you can do, you can click on more actions here, you can edit setting. Or you can submit paper here, or you can delete this assignment. Okay, or you can click for view here. So from here you can submit paper because they have submit file button here. Okay, I will show you how to submit paper after this because this interface same as a student. Okay, I will cover during the students part later on. Okay, all right, any questions? Ada soalan? Any questions, ladies, gentlemen? Okay, if no questions, I'm going to show you our sample account. I'm going to show you our sample. Okay, so this is our sample account, University of Apex Knowledge. Okay, so these are the list of my class IDs and my class name. Okay, assume that I want to have a look on my class, MGM 3211 Marketing Management SEM1 2021. Okay, I just click on the class name here. Okay, in this class, I created 6 assignments. Okay, assignment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and assignment 6. Okay, assume that I want to have a look on assignment 6. I click view. Okay, so these are the list of my students' name with assignment title. Okay, and then the similarity index for turning in originality check, and then the grade for turning in grade mark, paper ID, and date of submission. Okay, so do you remember the second part on your assignment setting? Do you allow students to submit paper after the due date? Okay, if you choose yes, if you allow students to submit paper after the due date of assignment, and students submit the paper after the due date, Turnitin will highlight the date with the red color. Okay, so meaning that this particular student submitted the paper after the due date, so you can deduct the marks. Okay, for example, I deduct 10 marks for the late submission. Okay, all right. And then each paper will have a very unique paper ID. Okay, paper ID is very important because previously, if you would like to remove any paper from Turnitin database, if you like to permanently delete paper from Turnitin database, okay, you have to provide the paper ID to the Turnitin admin. Okay, for UMT, you have to provide the paper ID to Puan Afzan. Okay, in order for her to email to Turnitin support, okay, and request for permanent deletion. So it will take 3 to 5 working days or even longer. Okay, all right. But now, I'm excited to inform you that the Turnitin team rolled out a new automated workflow on last April that will allow paper deletion requests to be fully managed by Turnitin account administrator. Okay, Turnitin will allow paper deletion requests to be fully managed by Puan Nur Afzan. Okay, so maksudnya instructor boleh request daripada account instructor, okay, untuk delete paper, okay, dan untuk paper deletion Puan Nur Afzan boleh buat. Okay, so Puan Nur Afzan tak perlu lagi nak request kepada Turnitin support, okay, yang akan ambil masa 3 ke 5 hari ataupun lebih lama, lebih panjang masa. Okay, for example, okay, contoh, okay, saya nak delete, nak remove. Okay, I would like to remove this paper from Turnitin databases. I want to permanently delete. Okay, what you can do, you can tick here, and then you can see the delete button here. And then when you click on the drop down menu, you can see remove from inbox. Previously, you can see just remove from inbox. So if you remove from inbox, okay, you just remove from your account, not from Turnitin databases. Okay, if you remove from inbox, you cannot trace the paper ID, you cannot request for permanent deletion. Okay, so the new feature that Turnitin launched last April is request permanent deletion. Okay, so instructor can request through admin, admin can approve. Okay, so what you can do, you can click request permanent deletion, and then you can see permanent deletion request. Okay, and then you click continue. And then you can review the details, the submission details from the students, and you have to select the reason why you would like to remove this paper from Turnitin databases. Okay, you have to select the reason. Maybe wrong paper submitted by the student, or you would like to remove the personal data. Okay, you have to select the reason. Okay, and then you can click continue. And then you can review again the details. Okay, once everything looks correct, okay, all okay, you can type delete. Okay, type delete to proceed and then click confirm. Okay, so once you click confirm, the request will be sent to the Turnitin admin. Okay, for UMT, the request will be sent to Puan Nur Afzan whether to approve or reject your request. Okay, if she approve, okay, so immediately the paper will be removed from Turnitin database. Okay, but it's recoverable for 30 days. Okay, or if Puan Nur Afzan rejected, then the paper will be remain in the Turnitin database. Okay, so for permanent deletion request, the request only can come from instructor account. Okay, student cannot request for permanent deletion. Okay, if students would like to request, then they have to request through instructor, meaning that students have to get the approval from instructor. If instructor approve, then instructor will request to admin. Okay, students cannot simply request. Okay, so this is another new feature that Turnitin launched this year on April. Okay, any questions? Okay, Cik Just Nizat, adakah saya menjawab soalan tuan?
Ya, ya. Terima
Okay.
kasih.
Okay, so assume that I want to have a look on this student, BN San Gejala Plagiarisma 91%. So this is sample paper in Bahasa. Okay, so I just click here to open the report. Okay, so this is the new interface, the feedback studio. Okay, on the left will be the student assignments. Okay, and then on the right, you can see different tabs with different color. Okay, as I mentioned, the blue tabs is for turning in grade mark. Red tabs is for turning in originality check. Okay, if you enable the grammar checking, you can see the purple tab. Okay, so this is for the grammar checking. And then the grade tab is for the download and the submission information. Okay, all right. I will cover the grade mark session later. Now I will cover the originality check tab first. Okay, tab yang berwarna merah. Okay, untuk originality check. Okay, so for the originality check tab, you can see 5 different tabs. Okay, 5 different tabs. Okay, we'll go through one by one. Okay, so the first tab, okay, this is what we call the flags for review. Okay, apa dia flags for review? Okay, contoh, if students manipulate the submissions by I did mention about the hidden quotation marks. Okay, Turnitin will flag. And then if students put the hidden tags, Turnitin will flag. Okay, same thing if the characters, if the students replace the characters. Okay, because some characters in different alphabets can look similar enough. Okay, if students replace the characters, Turnitin will flag. Okay, so if Turnitin notice something strange, Turnitin will flag it for you to review. Okay, flag ni bukan bermaksud in the problem. Okay, however, we recommend you, instructor, focus your attention on the flags for further review. Okay, so for example, like this students BN San, flags for review, you can see 0 flag. When you click, okay, like I said, hidden text replace characters. So kalau student ada manipulate dengan dia letak hidden text ataupun dia replace any characters, Turnitin akan flag. Okay, untuk flag untuk review, flag bukan sebab masalah tapi flag untuk instructor review. Okay, contoh students paper ni 0 flag, so dia memang tak ada hidden text, no replace characters, so no issues on the flags. Okay, now we go to another student's paper. Okay, this student's Mazlan Abdul Latif symptom of plagiarism 49%. When I click here to open the report, okay, you can click to open the report. Okay, so for this student's paper, when you look at the flags for review, same thing, 0 flag. Okay, when you click, okay, so no hidden text, no replace character. Okay, all right. So kenapa saya tunjuk paper ni? Because I'm going to show you another student's paper. This student Aisyah Ahmad, symptom of plagiarism 0%. Okay, for information, this student Aisyah Ahmad and Mazlan Abdul Latif, both students is actually submitted exactly the same paper to Turnitin. Okay, Mazlan Abdul Latif is the original author for this paper, symptom of plagiarism He submit to Turnitin, dia dapat 49% similarity. Okay. Aisyah Ahmad. Okay. Aisyah Ahmad, she copied Mazlan's paper. Okay. She copied Mazlan's paper. She manipulate the paper and she submit to Turnitin. She got 0% similarity. Okay. So when I click here to open Aisyah report, okay, when I click to open Aisyah report, okay, macam yang saya katalah, Mazlan dan Aisyah submitted exactly the same paper. Okay, tapi Aisyah dia dapat 0% similarity. But when we look at the flags for review, you can see got one flag. Okay, one flag. When you click, you can see hidden text attempts to throw off similarity detection. Okay, so when you click on the hidden text here, Turnitin will show you where is the hidden text that Aisyah is actually put. Okay, apa yang Aisyah buat? Okay, dekat setiap space. Okay, each space of word, she put the hidden text. She put the small letter I. Okay, small letter I, she changed the font size with the smallest and changed the font color with white, hidden. Okay, so we cannot see. Okay, so flags for review if students manipulate by putting the hidden text, hidden quotation marks, replace characters. Turnitin cannot detect for similarity because it disturbs the algorithm reading. But Turnitin will detect as a flag. Okay, macam yang saya kata, flag ni bukan indikator kepada masalah, tetapi kita mencadangkan instructor untuk beri perhatian pada flags untuk further review. Contoh macam kes Aisyah, bila kita klik, yang ni memang bermasalah. Okay, dia bermasalah sebab dia memang manipulate. Okay, so you can ask students to redo and resubmit. Ask students to remove the hidden text and resubmit. Okay. And then as instructor, you can actually download the original file from the student. Okay, kalau students submitted using Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, any types of file, you can download the original file. Okay, contoh. Okay, student Aisyah ni, dia submitted using Microsoft Word, so I can download the original file in Microsoft Word. Okay, so once you downloaded the file, downloaded the paper, and then you open the paper and you go through the paper. Okay, you open the paper and you go through the paper. Okay, you open the paper and you go through the paper. Okay, so when you go through, it looks normal. Okay, it looks normal. Okay, tapi sebab ni paper bahasa Inggeris, bila ada line-line merah macam ni, tak normal lah. Biasanya kalau ada line-line ni mungkin kesilapan ejaan, spelling error dan sebagainya. Okay, tapi kalau paper bahasa Melayu, ada line-line merah tu normal. Okay, tapi walau bagaimanapun kita nampak ni macam normal lah. Okay, but when you highlight certain words or sentence or paragraph. Okay, you highlight and then you change the font color with all black. You can see the hidden text on each space of words. Okay, so maksudnya Siti Aisyah ni dia pergi letak I kecil, dia tukar font jadi kecil, dia tukar warna putih. So we cannot see. Okay, she manipulate by putting in the hidden text on each space of words. Okay, same thing if students put the hidden quotation marks, for example. Here, they put the open inverted commas, change the font size with the smallest and change the font color, so you cannot see. Here, they put close inverted commas, change the color, you cannot see. So if you choose yes, exclude quoted materials, then it cannot detect similarity for this paragraph. Okay, please bear in mind on the quoted materials. Okay. Alright. Ada soalan?
Saya ada soalan.
Mhm.
In regards of the flights review just
Mhm.
now. Let's say, for example, the flight review come up with 10% match overview, for example.
Mhm.
And then it shows the sources from the 10% that review tu kan. Okay.
Mhm.
What should we do? I mean, let's say it detects from this part of the article and highlighted as a red match overview. So what should we do? We should rephrase as what you said. We should take a look and do something about it.
You mean the 10% matching sources or 10 flags?
Sorry.
Huh?
Okay. Oh, so sorry. That's a different element, right? The right.
Yeah. It's a different
and also the
element.
match overview. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Okay. So for this case, right? Actually, I saw the videos, how to do something like this, how to manipulate something like this. I saw the videos last time. Someone tagged me in Facebook. Okay, so the video also available in YouTube. Okay, actually students can Google how to manipulate. Okay, so what the students did was they are using the find and replace method. Okay, students using find and replace method. Okay, this kind of method. So find what students will put space, replace with they will put space, small letter I. Okay, and then click more, click on the format, click font. So just change the font size with the smallest and change the font color with white. Okay, and then click OK. So when you click replace all the space will be replaced with a small space, small letter I. You cannot see because it's hidden. Okay, because students change the color with white. Okay, but when you highlight again and change the font color, you can see the hidden text. Okay, you can see the hidden text. Okay, so this is one of the way how students manipulate the submission to throw off the similarity detection. Okay, ada soalan untuk flags for review? Okay, if no questions, we go back to the BN's paper. Okay. Okay, if no questions, we go to the second tab, mesh overview. Okay, second tab, mesh overview. When you click, you can see the matching sources. Okay, matching sources. Okay, so you can see similarity number 1. Okay, it comes from the source number 1 and website number 1. Okay, right. So you can see on the similarity number 1, the whole paragraph. First 2 paragraph is highlighted with the red color. Okay, but the word penciplakan atau penghasilan Turnitin didn't highlight. Okay, Turnitin didn't highlight. That will be the student's original words. Okay, so when I click on the similarity number here, or you click on the source here, okay, you can see this source is from www.utusan.com.my. Okay, rencana arkib 31 Disember 2007. Okay. Alright, so when you click here, when you click full source view, okay, you click full source view, Turnitin will show you a side-by-side comparison. Okay, side-by-side comparison. As you can see from the original website Utusan, menciplak. These students change it into penciplakan. Okay, ditukar imbuhan. Okay, menciplak, ditukar imbuhan jadi penciplakan. Menghasilkan semula atau students change it into atau penghasilan semula. Dia bukan saja tukar imbuhan menghasilkan kepada penghasilan, tapi dia rephrase. Menghasilkan semula atau penghasilan semula. So this is how Turnitin will do the detection. Okay. Alright. Okay. So now I'm going to show you an example. Okay. So ini sekadar contoh sahaja untuk pemahaman. Okay. You can see on the simulating number 1. Okay, the whole paragraph is highlighted with the red color. And you can see this student put acknowledgement here, utusan online 2007. Okay, as I mentioned, Turnitin cannot detect for plagiarism. Turnitin only detect for similarity. Okay, so as a student, okay, for student, okay, if students doing the assignments, okay, if students take the contents, okay, tak kira lah from any sources, internet content, publishers content, students paper, any sources, even though students put acknowledgement, they put proper citation, proper quotation, okay, as long as that particular contents available in Turnitin database, Turnitin still highlight. Okay, for example, like this student's BN Sun. Okay, she copied from utusan. Okay, even though she put acknowledgement from utusan, Turnitin still highlight because this content available in Turnitin databases. Okay, Turnitin still highlight because this contents available in Turnitin databases. Okay, so as instructor, what you can do, you can exclude the sources. If those highlighted, those sources, no issue on plagiarism. Okay, you can help students to exclude and brings down the percentage. Okay, for example, okay, this source from utusan, you can click here to view match breakdown. And then you can see exclude sources button at the bottom here. You can click exclude sources. And then you tick the source from utusan. And then you click exclude. So when you click exclude, so it brings down the percentage from 91% become 58%, and Turnitin won't highlight the similarity for the contents. Okay, content from the utusan. Okay, so as a lecturer, you have to use your own judgment to judge your students' paper. You know your students better, you judge your students. As lecturer, you have to go through the whole paper. Okay. You cannot rely on the percentage. Okay, please jangan bergantung kepada percentage because the percentage is just guideline for you. Because the percentage only show you the similarity index. Okay, so this is similarity index, not plagiarism index. Okay. Alright. So ini contoh saya tak kata yang student yang pelajar ni buat betul. Tapi sekadar contoh. Okay, of course dia ada cara macam mana kita nak acknowledge. Okay, macam mana kita nak letak citation. Macam mana kita nak quote, ada cara dia. Okay, ni sekadar contoh macam saya katakan. Kalau students ada buat acknowledgement, dia buat proper citation, even though Turnitin highlight, instructor boleh bantu pelajar untuk exclude sources and brings down the percentage. Okay, sebab saya percaya ada di kalangan pensyarah ataupun supervisors. Okay, so bila dia dapat Turnitin report daripada students, katakan Turnitin report 58%. Okay, disebabkan percentage tu lebih daripada allowable percentage set by the institution. Okay, contoh lebih daripada 20%, lebih daripada 30%, lecturer, supervisor straight away reject the paper without go through the whole paper. Okay, sebab if you go through the whole paper, you can actually help the students to exclude the sources and brings down the percentage instead of you ask students to redo, rephrase. Okay, do anything to reduce the percentage. Okay, sebab benda ni sebenarnya kan dia bergantung kepada kursus jugalah, kursus yang student ambil. Okay, okay, depending on the courses taken by the students. Contoh macam kursus undang-undang ataupun kursus pengajian Al-Quran Sunnah. Okay, jadi sekiranya pelajar dia buat assignment, okay, dia gunakan kes-kes mahkamah masuk dalam assignment. Okay, dia ambil akta undang-undang masuk dalam assignment. Ataupun dia gunakan ayat-ayat Al-Quran ke hadis ke dia masuk dalam assignment. Yang mana semua benda ni adalah fakta yang kita tak boleh ubah. You cannot change. Okay, but as long as student acknowledge, students put citation, they quotes properly. Okay, so no issues on plagiarism. So maksudnya student tak plagiat. Okay, so even though turn in highlight, so you can help students to exclude and brings down the percentage. Okay, ada soalan? Okay, and then you can see on the source number 3. Okay, 9% match with the student's paper from Surabaya University. Okay, so when you click here or you click on the similarity number, you cannot see the student's paper from Surabaya University. But what you can do, you can click here and you can send a request to view this paper. Okay, so the request will be sent to the original instructor from Surabaya University whether to allow you to view the paper or not. Okay, if they allow you to view the paper, the whole document will be sent to your email. Okay, if they don't allow you to view the paper, you will receive nothing. Same thing if someone from another institution request to view student's paper from UMT. So the request will be sent to you whether you allow them to view your student's paper or not. Okay, this is to protect the student's intellectual property, protect the student's paper. Okay, all right. And then next tab, tab number 3, tab yang ketiga, all sources. When you click, you can see all sources. So daripada sini pun kita boleh exclude sources. Okay, you can see exclude sources button here. Okay, dekat bawah. Okay, so maksudnya you can go through. Okay, I keep mention, you have to go through the whole paper. You have to go through the all sources. Okay, go through the whole paper. You go through all sources. Okay, if those sources no issues, okay, if those sources no issues on plagiarism, no other issues that you can exclude, you can help students to exclude. Okay, help students to exclude and brings down the percentage. Okay, all right. Any questions for this part? Sources mesh overview. Ada soalan? Okay, if no questions, we go to the next tab, filters and settings. Okay, when you click from here, like I mentioned, from the student's individual report, you can change to yes. Okay, for the exclude quoted materials, the bibliography materials, the small sources, as well as the assignment template, the new feature for the assignment template. Okay, katakan saya nak exclude by size, by percentage. I put here 10%. Okay, when you click apply changes, okay, so yang ni applicable untuk individual student report sahaja, bukan semua students. Okay, if you set on the main set assignment setting, it's applicable for all the student submission. But if you set on the students individual report, only affect the individual report only sahaja. Okay, let's say I put here 10%. When you click apply changes, so in the report given by Turnitin, they will show you the matching for more than 10%. Okay, less than 10% match. Okay, like just now you can see 9% match with the student's paper from Surabaya University. Turnitin won't show it to you. Turnitin won't calculate the similarity. Okay, same thing. If you set by 50 words. Okay, so in the report given by Turnitin, okay, Turnitin only show you the matching of 50 words and above only. Less than 50 words match, Turnitin won't highlight to you. Turnitin won't calculate the similarity. Okay, all right. Same thing if your students report. Okay, for students report, normally the each sources less than maybe less than 5%, less than 10%, kebanyakannya 1%. Okay, kebanyakannya 1%. Okay, so you can go through lah. Okay, katakanlah dia punya matching sources tu banyak 1%. Okay. Okay, you go through and you check. Okay. So kalau memang yang 1% tak ada issue on plagiarism or any other issue that you can exclude. So instead of you nak exclude one by one, kan, kat sini one by one, banyak 1% nak filter by percentage. You put here exclude by size 2% and then 1% Turnitin takkan include similarity. That's the reason why on the main setting I set to no, all no, because even 1% match, I still want to see. Sebab kadang-kadang walaupun 1%, tapi sebenarnya yang 1% tu adalah plagiarism. So bila students plagiarize, consider serious issue. Okay. Okay, another thing, please don't get confused on the percentage. Sebab ada pensyarah yang confused on the percentage here. Okay. Macam yang saya katakan tadi, kebanyakan institution, okay, dia ada set untuk allowable percentage ataupun acceptable percentage. 20%, 25, 30. Maximum 30 lah. So maksudnya bila student submit, dia dapat lebih daripada 30%. You kena reduce. Okay. So allowable percentage. Because last time, saya pernah dapat ada satu panggilan daripada pensyarah. Dia call saya, okay Mazlan, I have created class assignment, all my students enroll in my class. Okay, and then when they submit the paper, all my students get 0% similarity. Okay, so when I check the account, I check the class, I check the assignment, the settings. Okay, rupa-rupanya that lecturer, okay, dekat main assignment settings, okay, main assignment setting, exclude by size, by percentage, dia pergi letak allowable percentage 30%. Okay, so bila dia letak 30% allowable percentage dekat main setting, of course all the student submission memang dapat 0% lah. Okay, sebab kebanyakan students punya report, like I said, dia punya matching for each sources sometimes less than 5, less than 10%, less than, kebanyakannya just 1 to 3%. Okay. So if you find out that your students report 0%, you have to check. Okay, you have to check. Maybe your students manipulate the paper like Aisha, she got 0%. Or maybe you set the assignment setting on the main assignment setting wrongly. Like Bien, she got 0% because I set the setting wrongly. Okay. Because it's impossible for students, even lecturer, to get 0% similarity when we submit to Turnitin. Because for Turnitin, anything that you submit to Turnitin, even the common words, kata nama, still highlight as similarity. Okay, so kalau students report dapat 0%, something wrong. You have to check. Okay. Alright, ada soalan? Any question for the filter settings? Okay, let me don't exclude. Okay, another thing is, let's see these students. 49% Mazlan's paper. Okay, for these students, when you look at the paper, right? When you look at the report, so you can see on the cover page here, Turnitin highlighted with the similarity. Okay, similarity number 5, Turnitin highlighted for the cover page, 4% match. Okay, 4% match. Just for the cover page of assignment. So, if you upload this cover page of assignment as assignment template, okay, you can exclude, you can filter, exclude assignment template. Okay, you can exclude and then you click apply changes, then Turnitin will brings down the percentage and Turnitin won't calculate the similarity for the cover page. Okay, same thing goes to the bibliography. Okay, you can see the references here. Okay, the list of the references. You can see on the similarity number 1, match 27%. Okay, number 3, this one also reference. Number 3, 7%. Okay, number 1, number 3. So 34% match just for the references. Okay, the list of the references. So you can go to the filter settings. You can exclude bibliography. You click apply changes. So Turnitin brings down the percentage, and Turnitin won't highlight the references as similarity, and Turnitin only highlighted the contents for the similarity. Okay. Ada soalan? Okay, macam yang saya kata, sebagai pensyarah kita kena menilai, betul-betul menilai students punya submission. Contoh macam Mazlan punya paper tadi 49%. Okay, kita go through dulu. Mana yang boleh exclude, kita exclude. Mana yang boleh filter, kita filter. So bila dia dah brings down the percentage, so yang ni 20%, so acceptable lah. So tak perlu nak minta student, okay, you redo balik, you reduce balik you punya percentage, tak perlu. Okay. So kita go through dulu, mana yang boleh exclude, kita bantu pelajar untuk exclude. Okay, untuk sumber-sumber yang tak ada isu. Mana yang boleh filter, kita bantu pelajar untuk filter. Kita tengok berapa percentage turun. Okay, kalau memang mengikut spec ataupun allowable, okay, let's say allowable percentage maximum 25. Okay, students ni bila kita dah bantu, dia dapat 20, so dah okay. Okay, tapi kalau still tinggi 30%, baru kita minta pelajar untuk okay, you buat something, you redo, you rephrase something untuk reducekan lagi percentage. Okay. Alright, ada soalan? Any questions for the filters and settings? Okay, so if no questions, we go to the last step. Okay, last step for the originality check, excluded sources when you click. Okay, so all the sources from the mesh overview that you exclude will be listed here in the excluded sources. Just in case if you would like to include it back, you can take any sources that you would like to include. You click restore and then it restore back to the mesh overview. Okay. All right. Any questions for the originality check? Ada soalan?
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Saya nak tanya tadi yang pasal filter tu.
Aha.
Kat situ kan tadi ada yang words and percentage yang kita boleh letak kan?
Ya. Yeah.
Yang tu macam mana kita nak tahu berapa kita nak letak? Ke ada berdasarkan apa-apa?
Okay, yang ni dia bergantung kepada pensyarah lah. Okay. Sebab kalau institution dia ada set, dia ada polisi, lepas tu dia ada kena set macam ni, kena follow lah. Kalau institution ke fakulti ke ada set, kena follow. Kalau tak ada, bergantung pada pensyarah. Okay, macam sebelum ni, contoh MMU, dia memang ada set. Okay, yang ni nak set apa, filter setting ni nak set apa, percentage nak letak berapa, dia memang ada set. Tapi sekarang dia dah tak set. Dia memang dah tak set, semua depends on lecturer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Alright, any other questions? Ladies, gentlemen? Okay, and then next, if you enable the grammar checking, right, you can see the purple tab here. So this is for the grammar checking. So when you click, you can check, okay? If they have any spelling error, for example, like this one, university, students supposed to spell with TY instead of TI, spelling error. If they have any article error, okay, you can check. Okay, so this is the grammar checking for Turnitin using ETS, erater. Okay, right, and then next, the gray button. Okay, the gray button, you can see two gray button. The first one is the download button. And the second one is the submission information button. Okay. Submission information button is the information for the submission details. When you click, this window will pop up and show you the information for the submission details. Okay, you can see the student ID, class name, class ID, submission date, date and time, submission count, how many times students do resubmission. Okay, if your students resubmit 10 times, you can see submission count 10. Okay, how many times your students do the resubmission, you can see here. all the info for the submission details. When you click the submission information, this window will pop up and show you the information. Okay. All right. And then for the downloads, okay, when you click on the download button, you can see three types of download: current view, digital receipt, and originally submitted file. Okay, originally submitted file is the original file that your students submit to Turnitin. Okay, if your students submitted using Microsoft Word, Excel, PDF, HTML, plain text, any types, okay, any file types, you can download the original file. Like last time when I was a student, okay, when I do the assignment, I have to print out and submit the hard copy assignment to the lecturer. But at the same time, the lecturer requested the soft copy. So I have to email the soft copy to the lecturer. I have to burn into the CD. Some lecturer requested to save in the floppy disk and submit the soft copy. Okay, but with Turnitin, Instructor, you can download the original file. You can download the soft copy from Instructor account. So you don't have to request the soft copy from the student. Okay. And then the digital receipt. Okay, digital receipt is the submission information, but in PDF format. Okay, digital receipt is the submission information in PDF format. So instructor and student can download the digital receipt. Okay, so this is the sample of the digital receipt. So you can see the submission information in PDF. Okay, you can see the details. Okay, so digital receipt very important lah, because sometimes ada juga pelajar yang manipulate report. Okay, manipulate report. Okay, and then the last one. Okay, the last one, you click download current view. Okay, download current view is for Turnitin report. Okay, so instructor, student can download Turnitin report in PDF format. Okay, you can click download current view. So this is for Turnitin report in PDF format. So this is the sample Turnitin report in PDF. Okay, so you can see the assignment title, the student's name, and then you can see the submission details here. Okay, this one also very important lah, sebab kita takut students manipulate the report. Okay, and then you can see all the similarities. And then the last page will be the matching sources. Okay, all the match overview. Okay. Kenapa saya kata students manipulate the report? Sebab ada setengah lecturer ataupun some department, okay, they only need the printed Turnitin report. Okay, printed Turnitin report. Okay, if you just need the printed report, please be careful. Maybe students can manipulate. Sebab kadang-kadang even kita students enroll dalam kelas and submit, instructor can check. Bila kita check from instructor account, students punya report 20%. Tapi bila kita minta student print and student submit, only 10%. So meaning that students manipulate the report. Okay, manipulate the report. Okay, and then you can check the details. Okay, if the details tally, then tak ada issue lah. Kalau tak tally, so mungkin students dah manipulate. Dia guna account lain, dia manipulate. Okay, sebab bila kita check dekat account, okay 20%, okay pass. Okay, you can send for Viva contoh. Okay, okay, bila student print, send kat Viva, tapi dia dah manipulate dulu sebelum dia nak send. So they manipulate the report. Okay, so please be careful. Okay, all right. Any questions, ladies, gentlemen? Okay, adakah boleh source filtering paper student postgrad untuk thesis checking? Maksudnya instructor ataupun student yang filter? Cik Nasir? Cik Nasir, untuk student account ke instructor account? Oh, library. Okay. Okay, so Puan Nur Afzan, untuk makluman semua bagi filters dan settings, UMT hanya membenarkan exclude bibliography dan exclude quote sahaja. Okay. Thank you, Puan. Okay. Alright, any questions, ladies, gentlemen? Okay, if no questions, we go to the student part. Okay, how students register an account, how students enroll in the class, okay, enroll in your class, how students submit paper. Okay, all right. Okay, so this is the training guides for students. Okay, so there are 4 easy steps, very simple. Okay, I will share the training guides for students and instructor to Puan Nur Afzan to forward to all of you. Okay, all right. So for students account, okay, if students are new users, if students don't have Turnitin account, okay, if students are new to Turnitin, students have not been added to an account by you as instructor, okay, student must create student profile. Okay, students must create student profile. So to create students account, class ID and class enrollment key are required. Okay, I mentioned just now the class ID and enrollment key you have to provide to the students. Okay, so the class ID and class enrollment key is needed to ensure students have authorization to join your class. Okay, and this information can only be obtained from you as instructor. Okay, for those students wishing to access Turnitin, must contact instructor, must get the class ID, class enrollment key. Or you as a lecturer, you may distribute this information during the class. Okay, so once the students get information, okay, class ID, enrollment key, what students can do, same thing, they have to go to the internet browser, go to www.turnitin.com and click on the create account link next to the login button. Okay, click on the create account link and then they can see create a user profile. Okay, they can see 3 types of user profile. Okay, so students, teaching assistant and instructor. For student account, they have to click on student link. Okay, click on the student link and then they can see create a new student profile. So the create a new Turnitin student profile form must be completed to create a new student user account. Okay, right, and then students can see the class ID information, class ID, class enrollment key. Okay, please make sure you provide your students with the correct class ID and class enrollment key. Okay, so without any of these, students cannot register. Okay, without class ID, without key, students cannot enroll. So students cannot submit paper. Okay, so just enter the class ID number and the case sensitive Turnitin class enrollment key. Okay, and then next, the user information. Okay, so just enter the first name, last name, and a valid email address to use as the login for Turnitin. Okay, first name, last name, and email address. Valid email address to use as the login for Turnitin. Okay, for students, student ada official email UMT tak? Puan Nur Afzan or any lecturer? For student ada? Ada.
Ada.
Okay. Alright. So for student account biasanya kita galakkan untuk guna official email sebab mudah untuk pensyarah nak kontrol. Sebab kalau guna personal ni kadang-kadang kita takut orang luar guna. So kita galakkan untuk guna official email lah. So kalau ada official email untuk student, galakkan student untuk guna. Okay, so mudah untuk pensyarah nak control students. Okay, alright, and then di-enter lah email untuk confirm. And then next, the password. Okay, create user password. Okay, so for the password, the user password must be between 8 to 12 characters. Okay, minimum 8 characters, maximum 12 characters long. Okay, and contain at least 1 letter and 1 number. Okay, so this is for the login password, and then re-enter the password to confirm it. Okay, right, and then next the secret question. Okay, so the purpose of secret question, sekiranya pelajar terlupa password, dia nak reset balik, dia kena jawab secret question. Tapi kalau dia terlupa pun tak apa, tapi ada cara dia lah, macam saya tunjukkan tadi. Okay, secret question. So select secret questions from the drop down menu here. Okay, and then enter the answer for the secret question. Okay, so students have to remember and keep the information. Okay, the answer is case and space sensitive. The answer is case and space sensitive. Okay, next, the user agreement. Okay, Turnitin and user license agreement. So students can review the user agreement if they have time, and then tick I'm not a robot. To continue using Turnitin, click on I agree, create profile. Okay, so for new users, for new student, new users, once students registered, okay, this page they will see. Okay, the students homepage. Okay, they can see the institution name, University of Malaysia Terengganu UMT. Students can see the class ID, class name, and instructor name. Okay, and then at the black bar here, students can see their name will be appeared here, and here students. So this is student account. Okay, as mentioned, as a lecturer, please do not share the instructor account to the student, because students can manipulate their submission. Okay. All right. So how about the existing student, the existing users, existing Turnitin users as a student? Okay. For example, like this student is Nurul Azira. Okay. She already have Turnitin account. She enrolled in my class, but at the same time, she also has class with Puan Afzan. Puan Afzan also have created the class, created an assignment. Students have to submit. Okay, so what students can do? Okay, first, students have to get the details, class ID, key from Puan Afzan. Or Puan Afzan may distribute the details to the students. Okay, so once students got the details, what students can do, because students already have an account, they don't have to create account anymore. Students just log in to the existing account. If students cannot log in, if students forgot the password, just reset and log in. Okay, log in, and then students just click on the second tab here, enroll in a class. Okay, enroll in a class, and then just enter the class ID and enrollment key given by Puan Afzan. Okay, and then click submit. That's it. So once students enroll, they can see the class ID, class name, and Puan Afzan name. Okay. All right. So in order for students to submit paper, they have to click on the class name. Okay, and then students can see the class homepage, assignment inbox, okay, assignment title, assignment 1. Okay, and then the info. When the students point to the info here, they can see the instruction, okay, instructions given by the instructor. Okay, and then students can see start date, due date, and post date. For students account, students only have submit or resubmit button. Okay, so in order for students to submit paper, just click on submit button here. Okay, so this is same as a instructor interface. Okay, instructor and student can submit paper either by cut and paste upload or by single file upload. If cut and paste upload, okay, you can enter the submission title, cut the contents and paste it here, and then click upload. Okay, for single file upload, okay, enter the submission title. Okay, requirements for single file upload, the file must be less than 100 MB. Okay, size file kurang daripada 100 MB atau bilangan muka surat kurang daripada 800 muka surat. Okay, less than 800 pages. Okay, file types allow Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, HTML, plain text. Okay, if students scan the hard copy, okay, ini pun cara student manipulate. If students scan the hard copy, it become image file, even though in PDF format. Okay, if student submit to Turnitin cannot detect for similarity. Okay, itu satu. Kedua, if student screenshot text, okay, screenshot text and paste dekat Word contoh. Okay, and then convert to PDF, submit to Turnitin. Also, Turnitin cannot detect similarity for the screenshot. Okay, sebab text tu dia screenshot, Turnitin tak boleh detect similarity. Okay, kedua. Ketiga, PDF protected with password pun Turnitin cannot detect for similarity. Okay, so ada banyak cara macam mana student nak manipulate submission. Okay. Right, kalau student guna Microsoft Word, dia save as PDF. Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, dia save as PDF. Yang tu boleh. Yang tu boleh, tak ada masalah. Okay, maksudnya PDF yang bila kita highlight, kita boleh copy, yang ni editable. Tapi PDF yang macam ni dia yang ni teks. Walaupun dia teks tapi sebenarnya dia screenshot. Yang ni kalau ada similarity untuk teks ni Turnitin tak boleh detect sebab dia screenshot. Sebab yang ni images. Turnitin cannot detect. Kalau yang macam ni Turnitin boleh detect as similarity. Sama juga yang kalau bila kita open the PDF, when you click, they highlight everything. That one is the scan copy. Yang tu pun tak boleh detect. Okay. Alright. Okay. And then instructor and student can choose the file either from this computer, Dropbox, or Google Drive. Okay. For example, I choose from this computer. Okay. Choose the file and then click upload. Okay, so once you upload the file, when the students uploaded the file, okay, students can review the paper here. Okay, still upload. Take it so long. Okay. Sorry. Okay, click. Choose from this computer, choose the file, click upload. Okay, so once the paper uploaded, students can review the paper here. And then on the left, they can see the details, the author name, assignment title, submission title, file name, size, page count, word count, character count. Okay, once confirm to submit this paper, just click on confirm button here. And then when the submission is completed, you can see the submission date here, date and time, and the submission ID here. Submission ID is the paper ID. So the digital receipt, okay, the PDF will be sent to the email to keep track the paper ID. Okay, and then students can click return to assignment list. Okay, depending on the setting by the instructor. If you allow students to do resubmission, students can see resubmit button. So students can redo and resubmit again and again and again until due date. Okay. And if you allow students to see the report, they can see the similarity index here. Okay. If you allow students to see the report, they can click here to open the report. Okay. Students can click to open the report. Okay. So instructor and student will have the same view. Okay, but student don't have exclude button. Students don't have exclude button. If they have, they'll exclude everything to reduce the percentage. Okay, if students have access to the instructor account, they can manipulate the paper by themselves. Okay, so as a lecturer, you will have Turnitin account as instructor. Students will have Turnitin account as a student. As instructor, you just create class, create assignment, you provide your students with the class details, class ID, enrollment key, let students enroll under your class, let students submit their paper by themselves. Okay, you just monitor students report from instructor account. Okay, all right. So as you can see here, filter settings, students also can filter, right? But if students filter, for example, let's try. Oh, only 100. If students filter, right? It's just change the similarity on the student's part, but in instructor account still remain the same. Okay, sebab tu saya kata be careful on the printed turn-in report. Okay, maybe student can manipulate dulu kat sini. Okay, and then they print out and they submit. Okay, kalau student ubah dekat sini, okay, dia hanya akan berubah similarity dekat student account sahaja. Instructor account still remain yang original. Okay, still remain yang original. Sebab yang ni 100 I cannot show you. Okay, let's try to. Okay, ada soalan? Any question, ladies, gentlemen? Sorry. Okay, so if students filter here, oh cannot. Or maybe because the assignment already expired, so students cannot filter. Okay. Okay, kalau student filter, memang dia akan ubah dekat students punya account saja. Dekat instructor still remain the same. Okay, ada soalan? Okay, kalau tak ada, okay, ada satu perkara yang saya ingin berkongsi, okay, berkaitan dengan postgrad student, okay, especially for the postgrad. Okay, student postgrad ni macam master PhD students, okay, kadang-kadang, okay, let me check the chat window dulu. Maaf bertanya, boleh dapatkan rakaman? Okay, I will share the recorded session nanti kepada Puan Afzan. Macam mana nak buat kalau turn-in persen yang tinggi? Sebelum ni dah pernah run turn-in bagi paper yang sama. Terima kasih. Maksudnya resubmit tinggi. Betul ke macam tu? Puan Nurul Ain? Saya kurang jelas dengan soalan. Maksudnya dah submit. Okay, dapat persen. Lepas tu dia resubmit, dapat lagi tinggi. Betul? Okay. Okay, untuk kes yang macam ni. Okay, bila kita, macam yang saya explain tadi dekat assignment setting. Sekejap kita buka dulu assignment setting. Okay, kalau kita pilih option yang kedua, maksudnya kita allow students untuk buat resubmission dan kita pilih standard paper repository. Okay. Kalau student nak resubmit, okay, kalau student nak buat resubmission, make sure student resubmit sebelum due date of assignment. Okay, sebab apa? Macam saya katakan tadi. Okay. Option yang kedua, student boleh submit seberapa banyak paper nak submit. Okay, so paper yang student submit, semua paper yang student submit tu turn-in takkan capture dalam pengkalan data selagi assignment tak due. Okay, bila assignment dah due, final copy tu yang turn-in akan capture. So maksudnya kalau assignment dah due, student resubmit lagi, so daripada situ percentage dia akan jadi tinggi sebab dia match dengan final copy yang turn-in dah capture. Okay. Sama juga dengan apa yang saya nak share, especially postgrad. Okay, biasanya postgrad student ni dia nak check dulu paper dia. Okay, Dia nak check dulu sebelum dia nak hantar kepada supervisor ataupun nak hantar kepada department yang handle untuk Viva. Okay. Ada setengah postgrad student ni dia ada kawan-kawan pensyarah. Okay. Student ni dia daripada industri lah. Dia ada kawan-kawan pensyarah dekat institution lain. Okay, dia minta tolong kawan dia. Kawan, tolong check I punya thesis sekejap. You ada Turnitin kan? Tolong check. Dia minta tolong check. So, kalau lecturer tu tak tahu, setting tak betul, tu yang jadi case jadi tinggi bila submit kat supervisor. Okay. Sama juga dengan kalau kita aware dekat online platform, okay, dekat online platform, ada online platform yang jual servis Turnitin. Okay, macam Shopee, Lazada, even Facebook. Okay, so please do not encourage students to purchase any Turnitin services available dekat online platform. Okay, banyak seller yang buat servis. Contoh, okay, RM5 untuk 100 muka surat. Ataupun RM20 untuk satu student account untuk sebulan. Okay, ada juga seller yang okay, you can email me yang ni dia berhati-hati sikit lah. You can email me your soft copy. I will check for Turnitin and I will provide you the report within 5 days. Okay, something like this. Okay, please do not encourage. Sebab yang ni, servis ni semua adalah illegal. Sebab kalau ada apa-apa berlaku, apa-apa isu, institution tak akan tolong, tak boleh tolong. Institution tak akan bertanggungjawab. Supervisor tak akan bertanggungjawab. Admin pun tak boleh tolong. Okay, sebab kebanyakan yang illegal ni daripada overseas lah. Bila saya try beli, dia institution daripada overseas. Okay, bila students guna, okay, student guna, and then submit kat supervisor, similarity jadi tinggi sebab match dengan yang dia beli dekat online platform. So, supervisor memang tak boleh tolong. Admin pun tak boleh tolong. Puan Afzan pun tak boleh tolong nak delete. Sebab dia tak guna UMT punya account. Okay, dia kena contact balik seller, itu pun kalau seller nak tolong. Ataupun dia kena contact balik admin. So, bila dia contact admin, dia account student. Bila dia contact admin, saya tak rasa admin akan layan. Okay, sebab untuk student request permanent deletion, dia kena request through instructor. Okay, bila dia contact admin, you siapa? You bukan student kat sini. Admin pun takkan simply nak remove. Sebab bila kita dah submit, bila student dah submit, paper tu dah belongs to that particular institution. Okay. Ada juga seller yang dia letak remark kat sini. Okay, no repository. Okay, tak risaulah, tak risau. Tetapi, apa yang dirisaukan, seller akan jual you punya paper. Dia buat servis lain pula. Okay, dia buat servis untuk jual students paper. Okay, dia akan jual paper dekat student lain. Okay, so please be careful. Do not encourage students to purchase any services available on online platform. Sebab untuk students punya account, dia memang unlimited submission. Okay, student submit lah, banyak paper nak submit lah. Okay, sebab students punya account unlimited submission. Okay. Alright. Any question? Okay, so student has Turnitin account too so that they can access the assignment. We need to provide the ID. Yes, you have to provide the paper, the class ID and key, then students can join. Okay. Right. Ada lagi soalan? Any other question? Because we're running out of time. Dah pukul 12. Adakah saya masih ada masa untuk cover grade mark? Ataupun I just share the video for the grade mark? Puan Nur Afzan, macam mana?
Boleh teruskan je.
Boleh teruskan. Okay, baik. Okay, no problem. Okay. Alright, so if no questions, we go to the grade mark. Okay, before we go to the grade mark, right? Daripada instructor account, bila kita dah klik pada kelas, kita boleh tengok ada student tab. Bila kita klik, daripada sini kita boleh monitor senarai student lah. Sebab tu saya kata, kalau boleh galakkan student untuk guna official. Okay, kalau ada student yang tak guna official, sama ada kita drop ataupun dia ada lock button. Okay, lock button, bila kita lock, student boleh log in tapi student tak boleh buat submission. Kalau student tak boleh buat submission, bila dia report, then baru minta advice student untuk tukar daripada personal kepada official. Macam mana nak tukar? Just log in, klik pada user info, tukar daripada personal email, tukar kepada official. Bila dah tukar, baru kita unlock. Okay, kalau student tu memang tak respon, maksudnya bukan you punya student. Maybe bukan UMT punya student. So just drop je student tu. Okay, sebab kita nak control number of license. Nak control number of license, mudahlah untuk pensyarah, mudah untuk admin. Okay. And then selain tu yang saya kata untuk personal article submission. Okay, personal article checking. Okay, saya kata tadi saya mention boleh guna quick submit tab. Okay, kalau tak ada quick submit tab, kita kena activate dulu quick submit tab. Okay, macam mana nak activate? Sama juga. You have to click on the user info and then you can see activate quick submit here. You just choose yes to activate and you click submit. Okay, and then you can see the quick submit tab here. Okay, so for personal article checking, you just click quick submit. Okay, you don't have to create class, you don't have to create assignment. And then you can see submit button here, just click submit button. And then you have to choose the databases, types of databases. Okay, the important thing is submit papers to you choose no repository. Okay, choose no repository. You click submit and then you just submit your own article. Okay, yang ni sama juga. Cara dia sama. Macam yang saya tunjuk yang student part tadi. Okay. Alright. So now we go to the grade mark. Okay, grade mark. Okay. So in order for you to use grade mark, you have to log into your account, you go to the class, you go to the assignment. Okay, maybe you can check for the originality check first, and then you can go to the grade mark, or you can click on the pencil icon here. Actually same thing, it brings you to the feedback studio. Sama juga, yes, feedback studio. Okay, maybe you can check for the originality first. Okay, on the red tab. And then you can check for the originality. And then you can actually hide the similarity layer to use grade mark. Okay, you can show and hide. If you show, you can see the highlighted similarity. If you hide, then you can use for the grade mark. Okay, untuk grade mark, okay, tab yang berwarna biru, dia ada 3 tab yang berbeza. Okay, we go through one by one. So the first tab, this is what we call the quick marks. Okay, I believe as a lecturer, you might be putting in the same comments again and again and again. Okay, so the idea of quick mark is to save your time. Okay, untuk quick mark, you can choose the set. Okay, you can choose the set here. So normally I just use the commonly used. Okay, all the set, they have the bubble comments. Okay, these are all the bubble comments that are available in Turnitin library, so you can use it. Okay, so for example, okay, here, okay, improper citation. Okay, sama ada you can click, drag and drop. Okay, or you can, on the student's paper, you left click your mouse. The first one is the quick mark. You can choose from here. Okay, so on the post date, when your students log in, they can see the bubble comments. When students click on the bubble comment, they can see the explanation. Or you can add on another explanation. Okay, it's either you left click, drag and drop. Okay, or you, on the student's paper, you left click your mouse, you choose the first one, quick mark. Okay, untuk quick mark, Turnitin ada banyak set lah, so you can choose lah. Okay, there are many set, you can choose. Okay, you can choose, you can use it. Okay, all right. And then I believe as a lecturer, you might have your own comments. Okay, okay, you have your own comments, so you can give your own comments to the students' paper. Okay, so what you can do, okay, for example, here, you left click your mouse. Okay, as mentioned, the first one is the quick mark. Okay, all the bubble comments from the Turnitin library. The second one is the comment, meaning that this is your own comments. So you can give your own comments. You can click and you can give your own comments. Okay, for example, grammar mistakes. Okay, so you can just leave it your comment, or you can convert to quick mark. When you click convert to quick mark, you have to put in the quick mark title, grammar, for example. Okay, and you have to set where to put the grammar. So I just put on the commonly used and you click submit. So when you click submit, your bubble comments will be saved here as grammar UMT. So in future, if you have same comments, just either you drag and drop or you can choose from the first one, quick mark, grammar UMT. When students click, they can see the explanation. Okay. All right. And then another thing, okay, at the same time, you can show or hide the feedback layer. Okay, feedback layer, show or hide, or you can show both. Okay, hide, or you can show both. Okay. Okay, another thing is when you left click your mouse, you can see the third one, the T icon. This is the inline, the text comment. So you can give text comment in the student's paper. Okay, for example, good title. Okay, you can give text comment. Okay, you can give text comment. You left click your mouse, you choose the T icon, you can give text comment. Okay. So if you would like to delete the text comment, you just point, you can see the bin here to delete. For the bubble comment, you just click, you can delete from here. Okay. All right. Okay, sometimes when your students log in on the post date, they can see so many comments, so many bubble comments. Some students get confused. Okay, students get confused and this comment for this paragraph or this sentence, these words, students get confused. So what you can do, okay, for example, here you can highlight. Okay, you can left click and highlight the word, sentence, or paragraph. Okay, and then when you release the mouse, this one will pop up, same thing. You can choose from the quick mark or you can give your own comments. Okay, for example, I choose from the quick mark and you can change the highlights color. Okay, so dia ada 5 warna, blue, green, yellow, pink, and purple. Okay, 5 different colors. You can add on another comments. Okay, so on the post-it, when student log in, they can see, okay, this comment for this highlighted sentence. Okay, this comment for this highlighted words, highlighted paragraph. Okay, you can left click and then highlight. You can give your own comments or you can choose from the quick mark. You can change the highlights color or you can add on another comments. Okay. All right. Left click, highlight, can give your own comments or choose from the quick mark, change with the different colors. Okay. And add on another comments. Okay. All right. Another thing is when you highlight the sentence, words, or paragraph, okay, and then you can see the third one, the S icon, the strike. This is what we call the strike through. Okay, maksudnya kita gunakan pen merah lah nak untuk cross words ke, nak cross sentence ke, nak cross paragraph, you choose the strike. Okay, you left click, highlight words, sentence, or paragraph, you can choose strike. Okay, kalau nak delete, just point and then you can delete. Okay, you left click, highlight, you choose strike for the strike through. Okay. All right. Any questions for the quick mark? Ada soalan? Okay, if no questions, we go to the second tab, the feedback summary. Okay, when you click, so from here you can give voice comments or text comment. You can give summary. Maybe you can put a summary for the whole paper using your voice. Okay, voice comment maximum will be 3 minutes. Okay, you can give the summary for the whole paper or you would like to advise students, school your student, it's up to you. Okay, maximum length will be 3 minutes. Okay, and then under the feedback summary, you also voice comment maximum. Okay, you can also give text comment. Text comment for 5,000 words. Okay, You can give the summary. Sorry. Summary for the whole paper. Okay, 5,000 words. Okay, you can give summary using voice for 3 minutes or using text comment for 5,000 words. Okay. All right. And then the last step, the rubric. Okay, I believe as a lecturer, you have your own marking scheme. Okay, Turnitin call it as rubric. When you click on the rubric here, okay, so you can see no rubric or grading form is attached to this assignment. So meaning that you have to create your own rubric. So what you can do, you can click on the gear icon here. Okay, you click on the gear icon. This window will pop up. Okay, this window will pop up, and then you click on the top left menu. Okay, klik kat menu sini. Okay, top left, and then you click create new rubric. Okay, you just enter the rubric name. For example, marking scheme. Okay, so Y exists will be the criteria. X exists will be the skills. Okay, you can add the criteria here. You can see the plus sign here. You can add the criteria here, or you can add the skills here. Okay, on the right. Okay, and then you just enter all the criteria, all the scale, all the percentage for each criteria for the scoring, okay, standard scoring, all the description, okay, and then you click save and attach to assignment, okay, or you can import rubric in Excel format. Okay, import rubric in Excel format. So how to import the rubric? Okay, you click on the top left menu and you can upload rubric. Okay, you can drag and drop, you can browse the file. Okay, so you can import rubric in Excel. Okay, you can download the template here, the rubric example in Excel. Okay, if you do not know how to the format for the Excel, you can download the example, the rubric example. Okay, this will be the sample in Excel. So you can follow the format or you can copy and paste. Okay. So this will be the format, the criteria, the scale, or the description. You just follow the format and then you save. And then you can browse or you can drag and drop your file. Okay. So once the file uploaded, you can open the file. So this is my own rubric, my own marking scheme. Okay. And then for the scoring, you can see here scoring, you can click the drop down menu. You can choose standard scoring, qualitative or custom. So I just choose standard scoring. Okay, very simple. Okay, so for the scoring, for the criteria, you have to put in the percentage for each criteria. Okay, for example, introduction 10%, conclusion 10%, okay, and then information 30%, summary 25, and then grammar 25. Okay, so total percentage for all criteria must be 100%. Okay, 100%. And then for the skills, I have 4 skills. Okay, advanced 4, proficient 3, needs improvement 2, failing 1. Okay, and then you click save, attach to assignment, close, and then you can use your own rubric. Okay, introduction 2, in conclusion not so good, information, okay, summary, and then grammar. So when you click apply to grade, you can see the marks here, 24 out of 50. Remember the point value on your assignment setting. Okay, this is the point value from your assignment setting. Okay, if you put there 100 out of 100, if using rubric, then it helps you to calculate the marks. So on the post date, your students will be able to see the marks and all the comments given to the students. Okay, on the post date. Okay, ada juga pensyarah yang dia suka nak bagi markah kat student untuk tengok, tapi lecturer don't want to use the rubric. So what you can do, you can actually override the marks without using the rubric. For example, this paper deserves 45 marks. So you just override the marks without using the rubric. Okay, on the post date, your students will be able to see the marks and all comments given to the students' paper. Okay. All right. Any questions, ladies, gentlemen? Ada soalan? Untuk grade mark? Okay, if no questions, okay, in your account, right, you can see the black bar and then you can see the help button here. So when you click on the help button and then you click on Turnitin, you click on the Turnitin website. Because we use Turnitin through website, you just click the website. So all the online guides and resources for Turnitin administrator, instructor, and students will be here. Okay, so you can play around with it. If you have any problems, any issues on Turnitin, you can refer to the hearts button, or you can contact your Turnitin admin Puan Nur Afzan from library, or you can contact me directly. Okay, I will share my contact details later. Okay. All right. Any questions? Ada soalan? Ladies, gentlemen.
Ada soalan kat chat yang kata submit tinggi.
Oh, ini tadi dah jawab dah. Saya dah jawab kan tadi, Puan Ain?
Okey, okey.
Okay. Okay. If no questions, okay, before we end our session, okay, I need your helps to fill out the feedback form here. Okay, you can scan the QR code, or you can click the link on the chat window. I share the link on the chat window. Okay, please help me to fill out the feedback form, provide feedback, your experience for your sessions today. Okay, if you have any idea, any suggestions, okay, you can give feedback. Okay, all right. So if no questions, thank you so much. Thank you for your kind attention. Happy using Turnitin. Have a good day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. All right. And this is my contact details. Okay. Right. Thank you, everyone. I will share the recorded sessions to Puan Nur Afzan to forward to all of you. Okay.